Jonathan Gannon on with us exactly 24 hours ago here on Arizona Sports and the Burns and Gambo Show.
Do you feel like you've got the support and the backing of Monty Ossenfort and Michael Bidwell as well?
Yeah, 1,000%. I couldn't have landed in a better situation than I did, guys. I'll be honest with you.
I was Jonathan Gannon with us when Gambo pressed him on the issue of this 2-5 start. Here's a little bit more of an expansive answer on whether he feels like he's coaching for his job right now.
No. When you're in any seat in the NFL, there's pressure every day. I think you lean on the people in the locker room, and that's why I said that I thought the media asked me that about kind of keeping the team together after you hit some adversity, and I kind of laugh. Like anyone that's been in the NFL for any amount of time, you've had adversity, right? But you got to be committed to what you're doing. You just got to do a little bit better. And we have the right people in there. You know, we spent a long time on acquisition since we've been here, both through free agency and the draft and all the times that you can acquire people. And that's why we're so big on football character and team first guys. Like if you had, I would call them a bunch of mercenaries, you'd be in trouble right now.
That has not, however, stopped Jonathan Gannon from continuing. And at the beginning of the season, he would show up on these lists and we just kind of laugh it off. We dismiss it. They're 2-5. I don't know how many more hot seat lists we can just by default dismiss when Jonathan Gannon shows up on them because of the 2-5 start after 7 games.
It's just the NFL has changed a lot, and so the expectation is that you don't go 3 years in a rebuild. By the third year, you want to see some progress. So far, the team has taken a step back with the wins and the losses. Now, but they are competitive. Like they're competitive in every freaking game. The loss to Tennessee was that one that you said that's the type of loss that makes you evaluate everything, just everything. And over the last 2 games, we've had to evaluate the quarterback a lot more than anything else because Jacoby Brissett's actually played better than what we've seen out of Kyler Murray. So, but it's fair to start quite like I'm not the owner, but what is Michael Bidwell? What were his expectations this year? I don't think he went into this year saying, hey, man, I think if we can go 6-11 or 7-10, I think that would be no, it wouldn't be. You want to take that jump. Even Cliff Kingsbury had that jump the first year to the second year to the third year. You wanted to see that this year with Gannon. Now, again, they haven't lost a team. They're playing hard. They've got the bye week. They talked about resetting. We'll talk about that later and what they're going to do. They've got to come out of the gates against Dallas and win a football game. They're desperate to win a football game after losing 5 straight. But it is fair to wonder what ownership is expectations were this year and what their tolerance level is. What's your tolerance level for how bad this team may be?
Yeah, I'm looking at a story from the beginning of the season. You're talking about Michael Bidwell, and I believe it was around a press conference in which they were introducing the new seats, the 50-yard line, and the changes they had made to the stadium. And within that, Michael said, and I quote, I think they, talking about Monty and Jonathan, I think they've done a great job of moving us forward. This was the vision. We were hoping to make real progress in year 2, which we did, and really try to make our move in year 3. We got to make sure we stay healthy and the players are on the field and perform the way we expect them to perform, close quote. When asked what he needs to see this season to remain confident in the Cardinals' direction, Bidwell demurred, and he said that he is taking a week-by-week outlook and that he's focused on this week's matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So this was before week 2 against Carolina. So he's like, I'm just doing this week by week. I'm not going to give you a number, not going to give you a record or anything like that.
Yeah.
But he clearly expressed we've got a vision of moving this. And what you just said a second ago, they've gone backwards in terms of our expectations. I mean, they really have.
Yeah.
And yet the trick here and the hard time I think that we all have kind of meeting our expectations, they've been so damn competitive in every single one of these games. Now, that doesn't mean a hill of beans when you're 2-5. Your record is what your record is. It just it adds another layer of difficulty in judging what are they going to do about Gannon? What are they going to do about Monty? What are they going to do at the end of the season? Because every single one of these games, the Cardinals could easily be 5-2. The Cardinals could easily be right where the rest of the division is in terms of, hey, they're right in it. They're right there. They're not, and that's the most important thing. I just don't know how Michael, when making decisions like that at the end of the year, is going to factor in just how competitive they were in these games. I don't know.
Last year, The Patriots fired Gerard Mayo. Jacksonville fired Doug Peterson. Chicago fired Matt Eberflus. New Orleans fired Dennis Allen. The Raiders fired Antonio Pierce. The Jets fired Robert Saleh. The Cowboys parted ways with Mike McCarthy. Like, every year there's so many changes. We've already seen Callahan out in Tennessee, this year. We've already seen that. So, like, there's a couple of things I wonder. You're still paying Cliff Kingsbury.
Mm-hmm.
He had a 5-year contract extension. This is 3 years in. So after this year, I would assume that you still have 2 years of paying Cliff. I would assume that you do. If you fired Ganon, you'd have to pay Ganon. So would Michael Bidwell be okay paying Cliff Kingsbury, Jonathan Gannon, and another head coach next year? I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's a factor or not. For some guys it is. For others it's not. Or like just the tolerance level of you're expecting to win. And the other thing is just to be out of it so early, right? I mean, it's one thing to be you're 500, you get to the final 2 games of the season, you lose them both, and damn, you just missed out. But you kept the attention of your fan base, and you were in it, and you were talked about. It's another thing to, like you said yesterday, the season in the NBA hasn't even started,
and you have a less than 1% chance of
you're
making
out.
the playoffs.
You're
2-5. You're
right,
out. Yeah,
right.
It's and this is. And I'm not just saying this to punt on the question. There's still 10 games to go. We got plenty of more time to figure out what they're going to do and what changes they're going to make. But this is, to your point, a very complicated question because, yes, coaches get fired all the time. Does Michael still believe he's got the right guy in Jonathan Gannon? Does Michael still feel he has the right guy in Monty Austinfort? It's not like Monty's done a bang-up job building this roster. It's not like he's done a bang-up job with the draft picks or with free agency. What have they had, 0 Pro Bowlers?
No Pro Bowl players
drafted so far? I mean, so
that's the same because a lot of good players have been injured, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, it's kind of like the record. It's like you can make excuses for the record all you want. At the end of the day, they're 2-5. You can make excuses for why they have 0 Pro Bowlers, but at the end of the day, they have 0 Pro Bowlers. Or do you lay this all at the feet of Kyler Murray? And do you just think a reset at quarterback in the offseason
throw him
is
right
enough?
Under that bus and make it all on him?
And just say, we're going to try this again with everybody else and just make a change at quarterback and see what difference that makes. See if that changes the equation. I don't know. This is where it gets complicated.
I love that question. And I think the fan base would buy that. We don't think it's any of these people. We think it's him. We think it's him. It's him right there. It's his fault. His fault. We got a Kyler bobblehead? We don't have a Kyler bobblehead, do we? It's his fault.
No. We
yeah.
don't.
Like, I mean, you could try that. We're going to bring everybody back. We think the problem is quarterback play. Like, somebody asked the Jets owner Woody Allen about the start, and because their coach is Owen.
Woody Johnson.
Did I say Woody Allen?
Woody Allen. You know what? Woody Allen should own the Jets. It might actually be a better product if Woody Allen were in charge of. Sorry, I know you get names mixed up sometimes. I don't mean to make fun of you.
Woody
Johnson.
Now, Michael Bidwell may need to do this. Follow me here.
Okay.
Woody Johnson slams the Jets quarterback play, defends Aaron.
It looks like he's turning around parts of it. It's hard when you have a quarterback with, with a rating that we've got. He has the ability, but something just is not jiving. But if you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results if you go across the league.
There it is.
Just like that. Take that quarterback and just throw him right under that bus.
Michael Bidwell comes out at the end of the season, and it's hard to win games with the quarterback like we have. He's just never progressed to the level we thought he would. We thought he was going to be great. We paid him the money as an elite quarterback, and he's never been anything but mediocre. I mean, you throw the quarterback under. They just threw their quarterbacks under the bus, all of them.
Yeah.
Like all of them. Woody Johnson slams the quarterback play, defends the coach, and says it's hard when you have a quarterback with the rating that we've got. You could go that angle.
Could do that.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.